Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Today I want to share a really beautiful arrangement that has some pears, some berries and a couple of standard chrysanthemums. Easy to put together, and let me tell you that it never fails to visually please. And if you've got no time and you want something that just fills a little corner and gives you a bit of joy, this is a beautiful container, a beautiful arrangement. Okay, let's talk about the container here. This started out as glass and I then stuck it onto a block of wood. Just a hunk of wood, and I use liquid no nails to fix the bottom of the vase onto the block. Now, the reason I did that, twofold. I love the shaped container, but I'm a little bit rough sometimes, and a lot of my vases, and if you look into this, no, don't look into it too close, don't. I've chipped the base, and I could have dumped it, but I'm a waste not, want not girl, and if I can upcycle it to take it a little bit, to have it walk a little bit longer, then I will do that. Then all I did was I just decoupaged it with, and it's not really Chinesey, Asian inspired, but when you get all of those colors together, it sort of kind of was for me, and that was the look that I wanted. Now, I've got a branch here with some pears on it. Now, all I do with that is, and you'll see underneath here how wide that is. The reason I've done that is because when you stick that down into the vase, that little bit that runs around, that fills the cavity perfectly. Now, I've got another one here. I'm going to move that around in a minute. Now, I have cut these pears, and I have cut them, and I have used them for years in all sorts of different arrangements. Now, because I cut them, they're a little bit too short for this design. So all I've done is used a couple of zip ties and a bit of bamboo, and I've put them all onto one mainstay, and not only does that hold them all together, it actually means that they don't drop down into the cavity of the container and they don't fall out. Love it. So there we have it. And the other thing is, with the pear, what I have done is I've just given it, got my hands in there, and I've just moved it and manipulated it so that it's got a little bit more movement. Right, I also have my pear tree is doing fantastic this year, and what I like to do is, as the season comes and goes, I like to bring these in, especially the ones that get a little bit marked. Now you might be thinking, how long will the pears last? Now I cut these off the tree nearly a week ago, and the leaves are still looking fantastic. Now the leaves will fall, and probably the pears will fall, well, they will fall in due course, but it gives me this really lovely form to put into my container. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, the other thing I've got to tell you is we have to be careful about visual and actual balance. Visual balance is when it looks like it's not going to tip, and actual balance is it actually is balanced and it doesn't fall over. So I've got one more, which I'm going to bring out the back. And the reason I'm going to bring that out the back is I need it to be actually balanced, and there's not that much out there, but there's enough up here that over this side, like it's not quite balanced, but it's not falling over, and the base is heavy. That's how you get away with that. And as I said, even when the leaves start to fall off, it's still going to be a beautiful arrangement with just these lovely round forms and like all the different shapes of the pears. Oh, just beautiful. I love it. Now, when I look into this container, I can see little bits of blue. So all I want to do with these berries is I'm just going to bring those berries down and over to there, just to bring the blue back into the arrangement. And I've got 3 branches here, and I'm just going to just plonk those up into there. Let me see what that's looking like. Oh yeah, that's looking good. If you wanted to, you could perhaps take that out. In fact, I will. And I'm just going to bring that through and into there. You'll notice I'm working back to front, so please don't tell me you're not balanced, Astar, because I know I probably am not. Okay, this one here I'm going to bring over to there. So just have a fiddle around, and because those little berries have got wires on them, I can bend and manipulate those. Now, I also thought that I might like those green berries, and lots of the times I'll just put berries, just mix berries in with my design, and then I just leave it, and it just gives me a little bit of joy. And I think that that's why I love the botanical world so much, is because you can just like put a couple of forms together into a nice container, and you just, ta-da, it's all done. But I also love when I've got time and I've got people coming, I like to use, because you can pick these up usually I just pick these up at the supermarket, because they've always got flowers there now, don't they? So take that off there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over to here, and I'm going to be very careful because I want to share something interesting about these. When you buy these now, I want to get rid of all of those leaves too, because those leaves, we don't want those leaves. When you get these or buy them now, you have to be very, very careful about getting that little sleeve off. Don't go pull it off, because sometimes what will happen is they shatter, and once one of these shatters, you're in a terrible place. So take it off gently. Now the other thing is that little cage there, that little netting cage, that stops them from, one, being bruised, and two, from opening too quickly. So to get the varying sizes that we want today, I'm going to use that one there first, because that's not open very much, and I'm just going to put that down and into that's the reason why I took the leaves off. See all these leaves here, they're just going to bruise, and also they are going to muddy up or sully up my water. Okay, so that one there, I'm going to take that one there off too, and I'm going to bring that. So be very careful with these. Now, see how that's too tall? See how I've got those both up the top? What I want is room for my flowers to step down. So let's cut that. Now that was about, for me, that was nearly 3 inches too long. So I'll just cut that and just bring that gently down. Oh, look at that. And into here, you'll see the little whitey bits. So they're just going to reflect through to there. And now with this one, cut that. Take all of that off, because this is going to be close in. And I think of all the flowers, the smell of a chrysanthemum reminds me of the earth. It's just beautiful. Oh, I love it. And you know what? I think that flowers should now be called memory keepers, because there's not one person I know that doesn't have some kind of a memory about a flower. It could be a rose, could be a violet, could be a chrysanthemum. So they should be called, let's just rename them memory keepers. Okay, now with this one here, I'm going to be very careful, because I want that to go down. Well, fall then, see if I care. Okay, so what have we got here? Now, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And we're a little bit out of whack. So what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to bring those around there. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh, I love it. Let me just have a look at it myself and see how I like it. Oh, yes, that's lovely. Now, it isn't actually as lovely as I want it. And do you know why it's not as lovely as I want it? There is a space here. Do you see that? There is a space here, which I'm not liking. So what I'm going to do is, to bring that right, I'm just going to use the other two that I have got here. Very gently, very, 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 very gently. And I understand that this was Victoria and Albert. This was one of Albert's most favourite flowers. So I'm just going to bring that around and into there, like so. And with the last one, take that off. And so I want to do it. You know I want to do it, don't you? Well, I've learnt my lesson. I don't do rough things with these anymore. So that can go to there. And then I'm just going to bring that little baby right down and into there, so that the eye comes up and it sees that, and that will open up. Now, see this here? Gently put that over to there. I love it. It's simple It doesn't have much. The branch over here actually can move over to there. And now we're finished. How's that? I love it. Chrysanthemums, a few pears, artificial, some fresh, and some berries. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you again another day. Bye for now.